I experienced this deep sense of, I don't know even how to call it, but I can see how it manifests in my dreams, in my nightmares. It's almost, you can call it maybe, it's one of its names is self-loathing, and it sometimes manifests as this like irrational fear of something bad happening to me, whatever it is, some conspiracy against me. And I have read that people with paranoid people who have paranoia disorder, there are people that just they believe that there's something against them. They even like see illusions of maybe a group of people coming for them. I think that's just basic what I feel. Even though mine is mild under control, not disorder, and I can clearly see it. I can tell what it is, and when I'm feeling it, sometimes it's more prominent, sometimes not. And when you feel it, it's just so real. It's very, very genuine. Even if, no matter how irrational it looks, look at those people with paranoia. They talk about shit that aren't even possible. Like a group of 100, like a group of 100 people coming after them, or some people think like maybe the whole government is against them, or some people even think the whole world is against them. Everybody is after them, and it seems so impossible, but for them it feels so real because I know when I'm feeling what I feel, it feels so real. I feel like there's something lurking in the darkness. If there's any darkness, it's just, I feel like something's lurking around, just watching me and with a curse, whatever. And I think that does come from the sense of, I feel I'm so ugly and I'm not deserving, so I should be removed or annihilated. This feeling that I have. And where does that come from? Well, I do know that a big part of it, I've repeated this so many times in different videos. I'm really aware of of how appearance impacts my life. Like growing up, even I think even when I was a kid, it's not that I didn't feel pretty. I just found everybody else pretty, but I didn't find myself pretty. I didn't find myself ugly while I was still a kid, 6, 7, 8 years old. I would find my best friend really pretty, and I would find her friend really pretty. I find the other person and the neighbor really pretty, but I never found myself pretty. Though I still wasn't thinking I was ugly. And then I remember all the moments in my life where I was told I was ugly, and there were not many moments, maybe 5. And what it feels like to be told ugly, it feels like a deep sense of, I don't care about you at all, and you can go die, have yourself killed. I don't care. And if there are other people around you, they're all prettier than you, and I need to save them, I'll save all of them except for you. I can leave you to die. That's how it feels like to me if anybody tells me I'm ugly. Well, I know I'm not like ugly, but I'm not like pretty. I'm just average looking. And well, for the society, it's not enough. You can't be just average looking. You have to be pretty, especially for females. That's one thing. And what is the rest? I feel I can see because I am so aware of what I'm doing, you know. I am so aware of what I'm doing that I'm literally like what I wanted to say the opposite of a psychopath that can just disguise themselves and fool around. I am someone that any lie that I tell to the world to make me appear better than I am, I this part of me just beat me to death for that. Like this thing, no matter it beats me to death or not, it accumulates. This sense of guilt or shame for doing that accumulates there. It kind of accumulated over time, and now it's built to a point where I feel like I'm gonna be punished. Like that's why I feel I'm scared. There's some darkness lurking around to get me, or you know, when something good happens, I just feel fear like it will end or something bad would happen. Or when everything's too smooth, I'm scared. That's how the concept of how it manifests itself in non-religious cultures, which is interesting, you know, not just the religious countries, the countries that have religions, active religions, believe in how the whole world is all connected. How I am someone with completely zero a religious background and never even knew that religions existed as a kid or a teenager. And also experience hell, and where does that come from, this harsh judgment? Even, you know, I feel this deep sense of shame even talking about it because it's not like all of these thoughts, feelings are not verbalized, they're not worded, they're just feelings I feel. Like if it's asking, as if it's asking, why are you even talking about it? Aren't you clear? Aren't you clear about all the things that you've done wrong? I mean, even though, are they really wrong, you know? Like, if I lie to make myself appear a little bit better than I am, that's what everybody does, here and there. Why should I be condemned? Or sometimes when I look into the mirror and I look ugly, I would feel this sense of doom. I'm doomed. I mean, I know it's all irrational. It's just direct feeling. I'm just talking about feelings. I'm not talking about rationality behind everything. There's no rationality here because it's just conditioning. It's not rationality. The world isn't rational. Look how much it takes seriously about appearance. Isn't it outrageously ridiculous that when we choose our partners, I mean, we care at all about appearance? The fact that we, not even in that concept, in that context, in any context, in all situations, at all times, the fact that we care about appearance at all, in a way that we do care, like, I mean, like, it's good if you care about your own appearance, but you care about other people's appearance. I mean, not like their style, but their look, their face, how their face look, how their height, their body size, the fact that we care about it, not for health reasons, not for anything, just for attractiveness. The fact that we care about it at all and we take it for granted, it's just outrageously ridiculous. And that's the story I keep telling myself. Is there a better way to tell it to make me feel better? Because it doesn't make me feel better. It just makes me feel like I live in hell. And I do care about it as well. Yeah, that's the part. Yeah, that's the part where I beat myself up, because it's how hard. The harder I beat the world up for being superficial, that's how hard I beat myself up, because I care about appearance too. Like when I use dating apps, whatever app, or even walking on the street, or naturally, or you would treat prettier looking people nicer than ugly people. And I beat myself up because I'm such a hypocritic for beating the world up while I'm doing the same thing. Oh yeah. As long as I still resent the world for anything it does wrong, I am resenting myself. There's no double standard here. I don't know if it's the same for everyone. Maybe I believe it is the same for everyone. Like they say, you only see what's inside of you. You don't see nothing is objective. The world is a mirror. Whatever you attack is within you. As long as you still attack, you will never be happy. Because you are attacking yourself no matter you're aware of it or not. I think at least I'm aware of it. Anytime I'm blaming the world, condemning the world in whatever way, I am condemning myself. Because I wouldn't perceive what's out there in the world that is not inside of me. Okay. What do I condemn the world for other than appearance? But how do I solve the problem with appearance? Just accept it. Accept it. It's just part of the human conditioning. The human condition is just part of the human condition. We have so many conditions, and this is just one of them. It is bad. It is ridiculous, but it's also inside of me, and especially it's inside of me through which I'm perceiving it inside this world, rather than it being in the world first and then in me, and it's unfair. It's unfair, like it's simultaneously there. Nothing is the cause of neither is the cause of another. It's not because I have this, so the world is like that, nor the world is like that, then I have this. It's simultaneously. It's simultaneous. As long as I have it, the world has it. As long as I do it, the world does it. So, that's actually a relief. I feel relieved. What else I condemn the world for not treating animals properly, but at the same time, I've not treated them properly myself. I'm so scared of even talking about it because I know how harsh the world is when judging people for not treating their animals properly. And I'm so scared. I condemn my mother for, I don't even want to talk about it, for being cruel to animals. And I have been too. I am as guilty as the world, or I am as innocent as this world. I'm not more innocent than the world. The world isn't less innocent than me or anyone. No one is more innocent than another. Not here. And we're not guilty. It's just what is. Why do you have to put a label on it? If people eat animals, let them do it. If you eat animals, how can you condemn other people that eat some animals that you don't prefer them to eat? Aren't you eating other animals exactly the same thing? Well, now I'm condemning some people for being unfair. I condemn the world, some people for being unfair. I condemn people for condemning. And obviously, I'm condemning myself too. Okay, that's great. Great to realize. I feel so good, actually, to know that I am not better. I feel like the darkness kind of dissipated as I having these realizations. Oh man, that's so good. Oh man, I didn't expect this. I am not more innocent. Or I'm not less innocent. The world isn't less innocent than me. Everybody, I am as innocent as every standing alive human being and dead. Alive or dead. Or not even human beings. All spirits, all the souls in the world are equally innocent. Any injustice I perceive originates within me. I suffer from the injustice that I perceive in the world. I suffer from the unfairness that I perceive in the world. Okay, I think I found the solution. Anytime I find myself condemning another for doing whatever, ring the bell. Ring the bell. Nobody is not innocent. Everyone is doing their best. Nobody is doing better. Because if everyone's doing their best, how can you say that someone's doing better than another? Like an 18-year-old is doing their best in running. Like they can run 800 meters in under 3 minutes or 4 minutes. That's the best they can do with their body, mind at that moment. And then a 3-year-old can run at 800 meters for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. You can't say the 18-year-old is doing better than the 3-year-old. They're all doing their best. But appearing to you, what appears to you is that the 3-year-old is doing so much worse. That's how we judge other people. We see some people being so nasty, or we put these labels on them. They're not being as kind as some other people. But the thing is, if we lived their lives, we would totally understand how they're doing their best at being kind. Even it appears to us that they're not being kind at all. Or even cruel. Another thing I've talked about it before. Like, I would feel like killing myself when I make silly moves with my body, which might sound completely irrational and ridiculous to you, but when I make some moves with my body, like this, I'm just shaking my belly up and down, or I'm shaking my waist up and down, and I feel it's so ugly. I'm so ugly. Like, I feel so ashamed. I don't know how to describe this feeling I'm feeling. Or when I make an ugly face in front of the mirror, like make an ugly face, like sticking my tongue out and twist my lips and squeeze my face and look absolutely ugly and making retarded sounds. I just feel like killing what I see. I want to kill you. And it's not a thought. It's just a feeling. I want to kill this. Whatever's in front of the mirror. I wonder what it is. Maybe my best guess is the society and my family doesn't allow anything like that. Anything that's not considered normal. Like, yes, in my society, my family, people don't vibe with music. Don't shake their body with music. If you do that walking down the street, and you'll be considered weird, crazy even. At home, definitely, I think my family would hate me for shaking my body, for being physical, like when talking. Like the culture here is, you're not physical, you shouldn't be physical. You should be quiet, like girls should be quiet. If you're like overly bodily physical when you talk, for example, like Italian people, you talk and you shake all around. You talk and you perform at the same time. That's not what people do here, and that would be considered to be full or uneducated even. Yeah. If I make an ugly face in front of a mirror, that would look outrageously full. I don't accept that. There's just so much like this sense of great like malice rises. Like, I want to destroy this. I want to not even destroy, I want to kill this. I want to murder this that I see. I just don't understand why is this so strong? Like, I can understand if it's just some resentment, like when I make an ugly face in front of the mirror, I feel resentment. That's fine, but why is this so powerful? It's literally a feeling of murdering, that's just so scary. Maybe because doing that equals death. Like if you do that, like if I do that, if I twist my face like that, walking down the street, it would mean I'm socially dead. I would not be accepted anywhere. Nobody would talk to me. Nobody would even look at me. Or people would look at me in disdain. Why is she like that? She's a crazy person. Let's stay away from her. Let her die out alone. Don't help her. She's a crazy. Yeah, so it equals death. So another part of me just tries to kill it before somebody else does. Oh yeah, I think maybe that's next. I mean, try it yourself. I don't know if, well, it really differs in cultures, but maybe you can try it yourself. Like, I make like outrageously, definitely ugly and disgusting face in front of a mirror. Even apply some saliva around your face and like let your saliva drew out of your mouth and make it twisted and make it absolutely ugly and disgusting and see what you feel. Do you feel the same? Maybe you don't. Maybe you do. Well, if you do, then maybe. Then it would make sense and I would not be alone here. Hell is always created by separation. If I have any sense of hell, no matter is there's some lurking around darkness, sense of doom. Whenever that arises, it's definitely caused by some sort of belief in some sort of separation, like those that I've explained so far. Yeah, I think it's correct what I explain, how I explain why doing with what I do with my body in a certain way would make me feel that way is because doing those things are 100% completely unaccepted at all. And that means death. Means nobody would get close to you. Everybody would look at you in disdain and disgust. If you apply saliva all over your face and it's drooling out of your mouth, and then you walk down the street like that, even dancing a little bit, I mean, people wouldn't come and ask, hey, are you alright? People would think it's a disgusting person with saliva all over the face. And with their face twisted like that. It's crazy. Maybe I'm wrong. I think maybe some people, the kindest of us would come and ask, are you fine? Are you alright? Even though most people might just... I think actually I might be totally wrong. Maybe it's the opposite. Like if I put my face that way, people would think I'm having a stroke. They would all come and help me rather than like what I imagined. Because actually most people are kind. Yes, most people are kind. Most of the time. Or else the world would already be burning in fire in hell if that wasn't the case. If that wasn't somehow the case. We are mostly kind. Most of the time. And that's actually not accurate with the logic that I told you earlier. We're not mostly kind, or we're always kind. Because we're doing our best at being kind and loving at all times, with the context of our individual experiences in our own life, that we are the only people that have lived our own lives. Nobody else have lived our lives. No one would understand why we have to do a certain thing at any moment, whatever it is. Sometimes we don't even know. Actually, many of the times we don't even know, so we beat ourselves up. We judge ourselves from maybe a third person's point of view, because we internalize this thick veil, like of judgments. I have some very unpopular opinions, and one of them is that the word justice or injustice should be completely removed from the human consciousness and the language. As we evolve, as we advance, it would. I have no doubt. If you're searching, if you ever still seek justice, you perceive injustice, so-called injustice, you are seeking punishment. And then you are buried deep in the veil of the lack of understanding. I have no doubt. If you're watching this video, let's say 200 years later, you would see that what I'm saying has already, maybe, hopefully, realized. We're no longer talking injustice. Justice is history. No more revenge, punishment. And you might have many questions to ask, and I invite you to think for yourself. Well, how's the world going to be without justice and justice system? I invite you to think deeply yourself, because I am kind of tired of explaining that point here. I've said about that before many times. Even just now, I just said it. Why? How? Just think or feel. Feel, I think. Think and led by the heart, and you will see how. I accept the world and everyone for what it is, for what they are. That'll be my mantra. Because by saying that, I am saying I accept myself totally, all the ugly aspects of me, for what they are, for what it is, without labeling them ugly anymore. Because they are just what is. And you might ask, fuck, I don't want to answer those questions. They keep popping out of my mind that somebody watching this video might doubt and start ask. Like, how is this world gonna progress? That's a fucking stupid question. Okay, I'm condemning you for being stupid. And alright, I totally, okay, let me accept that people can't understand. I accept for people for whatever they are, for whatever they say, for whatever they're thinking. I accept the world for attacking each other. I accept people for being violent towards each other. I accept people for being kind to each other. I accept everything without labeling them as cruel or attack or violence. Actually, if you really think about it, are people really attacking, hurting another? Like, when a person hurts another, that's what appears to be, what it seems like on the surface. But what they're doing is really, they are releasing what's driving them crazy. Like, for example, if you slap me on the face, I will slap you back. When I slap you back, am I hurting you? That's what it seems like on the surface, yes. But at a deeper level, I am trying to release this anger. This anger makes me slap you back on the face. I'm not really intending to hurt you, but that's what I have to do. If that's what I do at that moment. Like when people murder people. I mean, are they really doing it just to hurt the other? They are doing it because of this thick, deep sadness or anger inside of them that they don't find any way else to release. They perceive murdering that person being the only way to release all of that hurt, wound inside of them. That's why they do it. They don't do it to murder. They murder not to murder, but they murder to release what they feel, the thick heaviness that they feel, the hurt, the anger. And you ask, oh, what about serial killers that kill people just for fun? Or about people that abuse people just for fun? Like, well, we've not lived their lives. We don't know. Well, I do know, like, people that abuse other people for fun because they've definitely not been loved fully as children. Imagine a kid being unconditionally accepted and loved. Would you be able to imagine someone like that grown up to be a serial killer? You can't. Somehow, someway, when they were children, their mind was twisted by something that we don't understand because we've not lived their lives. We don't know the details, or even something that we can maybe we spot that thing and we perceive that to be such a small thing to be able to make someone a serial killer in the future when they grow up. Well, without living that ourselves, with their own set of personality, different people experience the same thing in totally different ways. So you can't really judge. Because when you're judged, you're not looking at what is. You're looking at what should be according to your logic, according to your life experience. You're totally ignoring the fact that things happened for a reason. You're rejecting that. You're saying that shouldn't happen. Because you're totally you're like using your own life experience to judge other people's life. And that is what causes suffering in you and others in the world. That's what we ought do. No one is less or more innocent than another. We are all equally innocent because we are all doing our best. Even as a judger, people extremely judgmental. I judge you. You shouldn't do that. That serial killers should all be dead. Should all be killed immediately. Or people should be punished. If some people are at that level, they're not less innocent than I am, making these long philosophical speech because they're doing their best saying these things. They're doing their best at being kind. because they don't understand. Like, it's not like they had a choice. If they had a choice, they would always choose the better. If people that murder had a choice to not murder, I mean, if perceived from the outside, you would always say, of course they hadn't. They could have chosen not to murder. Well, you're not inside their body, having lived their life and feeling the feelings they are feeling when doing that thing, and you don't know. Now you're judging them using your life experience. From your perspective, yes, they have a choice. But from their perspective, they don't. Who in the world would want to murder if they could not to? If they could not? Is it like... Their mind is just twisted by their life experience in that specific way. That through that twisted path through which they perceive their world, that's what they believe they must do. And they don't have other choice, perceived through their natural, limited point of view. They're doing their best at being kind. You must have faith in people. And if you don't, that's okay. That's okay. I can understand how hard it is. Well, I don't even know if I have successfully conveyed what I'm trying to say. It's really hard even for me. I judge people all the time. Looking at me writing about all the fancy things and talking about it. Well, I judge people all the time. I resent them. And I kill them in my head every single day for the shit that I perceive them to be doing to themselves, to each other, mainly to each other. And I just get so enraged. And I totally forget everything about love, understanding, or whatever I'm talking about right now. And that's fine too, because, another super utmost important thing is when you feel feelings, you have to feel them. Like when you doing something uncontrollably, I'm killing those people in my head. It's because I feel this rage or deep sadness. Well, I've heard it more than once that anger is just disguise for some other deeper feelings, like fear, sadness. When you feel angry, you should ask yourself, do you feel hurt? Are you scared of something? And there's a third one I forgot. I watched this video that said this. The third question, I think probably doesn't matter. It's just, are you scared of something? Are you hurt? Are you sad? Oh yeah, are you sad? But I think hurt and sad is the same thing. So whenever something makes you emotional, negatively, really feel it. Feel that emotion before taking any actions, Like when you see an online troller, for example. What you want to do is you want to attack them back immediately, and you fucking loser. Before doing that, feel this rage inside of you. Feel it as much as you can, and don't do anything that you would regret. We're just like children. We play and we fight. We don't know what's important. We take things that are not important too seriously. We prioritize the wrong things. We make stupid rules. We appear selfish. We're like that because we're children and That's what children are capable of doing. We're growing, we're learning, we're limited, very much so. And we're doing our best. Every single one of us. No exception, remember. No exception. As long as you put anybody in exception, I think you know what I mean. You're not getting it. And that's fine. That's fine. Forgive yourself. That's fine if you really hate someone. It's fine. Feel that anger when you think about that person. If you really hate someone, think about that person and feel all the feelings that come up before you attack them. Feel the feelings. I've read about it. I've seen things said about this over and over again about healing, about negative feelings that we feel. The best thing we can do is to feel them. That's the way. That's the way to feel them, like the feeling physically inside of you. Normally you feel it in your belly, in your chest, in your throat, tightness, or even in your limbs. Sometimes I feel them in my limbs. Anywhere in the body. You can feel it physically. The emotions are physical. You can feel it. You can imagine what the color they are. Well, if you ask what is the color of my fear right now, a color would appear. You would think it's dark blue or dark green, whatever, and kind of shape it might take. If you can visualize, you would be. If you can't, you can just feel its movement inside your body. It's very clear when you start to feel it. You can feel it actually physically there in your body. That's what people say, a butterflies in my stomach. That's true because that's how you feel physically inside your body. About nervousness, anxiety feels like butterflies in your stomach. Fear is anxiety, is fear, is worry. Tolerate everybody, forgive everyone. That's the only way through which you can love yourself. If you're blaming anyone for doing anything, you're secretly beating yourself up. You're secretly resenting yourself because you do not perceive something outside of you that doesn't already exist in you. Everybody is as innocent as everyone else. And love everyone. That's where it can happen. That's how it can happen. Love everyone equally. It's hard though, it's hard, I know. You really forget about it. The only reason you can forget about it, the moments when you forget about it, is when you get these emotion rushes. You feel, you need to feel them, Like when you really are enraged by what people do. Feel that rage first, and then you would be able to let it go, like it would be released out of you. Or sadness, whatever. It's really crucial to be in contact with your emotions. That's crucial. Well, I'm just talking about what I've learned and have experienced to be true. Maybe that's it for this video. What a I think I found a reason why I would sing out of pitch, because I'm really too tolerant to my off pitches. Like when I sing absolutely on pitch, when I listen to the recording. That's also the moments when I'm 100% sure that it is on pitch. If I'm any doubtful, I feel like, okay, I'm probably 99% on pitch. I'm definitely off. Definitely off. Because when I've hit the pitch 100% accurately, it feels so good. It's like a puzzle piece that just fits. Oh, it feels so comfortable. Like, oh yes, right. If I'm in any way doubtful, it's like a visceral feeling. It's like you're physically built to detect um pitch accuracy. I think everybody, as long as you're not tone deaf, I think you're built for that. Even if you can't tell, like when you listen to someone saying if they are off, actually I'm not sure. I see on the internet, I see some singers they are off, but I see in the comments like people say, and this person sings so well, so perfect, good singer. And I see people live streaming and singing, and they're totally off. And they're like, a lot of people say they're on. Like, what are you talking about, you fuckers? They're not off. Get out if you don't want to watch them. And so maybe they're just more tone deaf people than I thought, or it's not like everybody's built to detect any off pitches. So whenever I'm not 100% sure I'm on pitch, I'm always off when I listen to the recording. And yeah, I do, like, I jump a lot. Like when I talk, I jump from here to there, and I like that. It's like surfing the waves on, very spontaneous. I love it. It's a good thing to love all the traits inside of you. Like, I love everything about me, like being idealistic. I would never say I am too idealistic. That is bad. Don't be. That's too bad. That's too bad of you being idealist. Or you're too emotional. That's too bad. No, I like all of that. I like being in total contact and authenticity with my emotions. I love that. I love being an idealist. I love being spontaneous. I wouldn't say, some people say, I am too spontaneous. I always am late or change my mind too much. That's terrible. I want to be less spontaneous. I want to be more disciplined. I want to be more focused. I want to follow through all plans. Well, I'm sure some people are like that, but I'm lucky to love all these traits about me, And I love even being in my head. It's good. I love to be thinking. And I love, what else? The other day I wrote a long list of adjectives. Not a long list, just like 20 words. Adjectives. Philosophical, profound, deep thinker. I think nobody would hate themselves for being a deep thinker. First of all, if you are a deep thinker, you would know that it's a good thing. That's just not logical to be a deep thinker and hate yourself for being a deep. Okay, some people blame themselves for overthinking, but overthinking is different than deep thinking. Overthinking is like you think about anything, like you think about a conversation you had with somebody and you just keep ruminating on it. I mean, I'm like that too, yeah. I'm like that, but that's not a trait, that's just something you do. I mean, and it's just something you do out of the energy block, like sense of unworthiness or insecurity, or what I would say. All of this results is a result of Well, I really don't know. I don't know about other people. Some people they lack all confidence. They're not confident at all. They're people pleaser. They they think everybody's better than themselves. They don't blame the world. They think they are the fault. And what would that be? What would the reason be? They must be brought up by people that really criticize them all the time. If you judge me, you're welcome. I love you, even if you judge me. Oh man, I find it really hard to love someone that judges. If they judge me, I want them to eat their own shit. How can I love someone that judges? When I look at them, I just see how ugly they are. But the thing is, absolutely sure that's inside of me as well. Because perceiving someone as judgmental is already a judgmental act. I'm judging them to being judgmental. I'm looking at them, I see how ugly their face is when they judge you. Or such an ugly, disgusting person. I have so much disdain for people that are judgmental. But I am such a judgmental person. I must hate myself so much. I suppose. How can I just really... love everyone. If they judge you, they're doing their best. I don't know what they're thinking about. I don't know what they've lived to make them be judgmental about this thing. Like the other day, I saw a person, very innocent, made a very innocent post about why they could see the moon in daytime. Like, it's a common phenomenon, but that person somehow wasn't aware, like didn't know about this. Just posted a picture of a moon hanging in a sunny sky. That's something you see a lot. That post got many likes, many views because how, like, it's just totally strange that someone would have never seen the moon in the sunny sky. And one of the comments that made me so fucking angry was like, please don't let me see any more of these retarded people. And I was just so angry. And I was just like, you fucking retarded your fucking self. What the fuck are you talking? Why can't you be more tolerant? I mean, that person, maybe they just happen to never have seen that. Or maybe, like, whatever, they don't like to look at the sky. I mean, there could be so many reasons. And you are here judging them for being retarded, for not knowing something that you know, that you expect everybody to know. That's how pathetic you are, that you get your own sense of superiority just by calling people retarded. I didn't react, obviously. It's just all in my head. I'm thinking, I saw that comment. I quickly scroll away because I just couldn't look at it again because how outrageously angering it was for me. And I still, when I think about it, I still feel a little. I'm much better, but I was literally almost gonna. I was just so angered, because I see this a lot. People calling each other stupid, lacking IQ. I just think those people are innocent. Not everybody's intelligent. Why are you expecting everybody to be intelligent? And what's wrong with being not intelligent? Not everybody got the equal, perfect opportunity to be well-educated or well-informed, or not everybody got good teachers, or not everybody even got the family or the financial ability to be able to have a chance to develop their intellectuality. And you are here sensing your fucking, getting your fucking sense of superiority by accusing people for being a stupid, lacking in IQ here. And how fucking. I want to, in my head, I'm just killing them, In my head, I'm just turning these people into meat sauce and feed them to dogs. That's what I mean. That's what I do in my head. That's how much they anger. But how do I love them? That's the question. How do I want to love them? Because it doesn't feel good to hate them. It doesn't feel good. And I'm sure what I see in them is in me as well. And what I want to do to them is what I secretly want to do to myself. And that's I just got it. That's why I kind of feel all the time there's some darkness lurking around, that I don't know what it is. It's just literally this part of me that's attacking others, that's also attacking myself, but I'm blind to that. So I always have the sense of this darkness lurking around in the corners, or, like in the dark corridor, for example, in the dark hallway, you walk down and you kind of feel, okay, there's some danger hiding inside the darkness. It's because I attack other people. As long as I attack other people, I'm attacking myself. And normally you are blind to it. When you are attacking others, you never would think, okay, maybe it's something I do to myself too. Most people aren't aware of this. And so they allow themselves to attack others. I hate this politician. I hate that guy. I hate this person. Blah, blah, blah. They should die. And you're doing all that to yourself. According to my experience, at least. And I believe it's the same. It's universal. Not just me. It could be just me. I don't know. I'm just I believe it is universal. I find myself so funny, I'm making really large, violent body movements when talking. It's just so funny. I'm just talking to myself, talking to a phone. So how do I love them? Next time I see them, I don't want to again turn them into meat sauce in my head. Turn them into meat sauce and feed them to dogs. Oh man. How can I love you next time I see you being that way? How can I see your innocence here? You're innocent, you're doing the best you can. Something inside of you is triggered by this act that you perceive to be stupid. Like something in your life experience makes you believe or perceive it that particular way. Like other people might not perceive that person as stupid, but something, your life experience has limited your perspective that way to make you think, and you have no other options at all, that person is definitely stupid to make that post. And I hate them fucking stupid people. I mean, like, what they might be saying. That person definitely saying in their head, I hate this fucking stupid post, this fucking stupid retarded person. I never want to see any more retarded people like that anymore. That's what the comment was. The comment was, I never want to see any more retarded fucking people anymore. I felt their anger, what I perceive is like their sense of superiority. I am superior than you because I can never make such a stupid post about seeing the moon and sunny sky. I'm better than you. You're fucking retarded. And that's what I hate. That's what I hate. You know, when some people, they even directly express their sense of superiority. In some other cases, like when they perceive someone to be stupid, they would say, I wish all of my competitors in exams, in university entrance exams, were all people like this. They perceive themselves to be better. And they say that when I saw that, I was just so fucking mad. I want to grab that person's neck and I just crush it. And how do I love them next time I see this? I mean, if I can't love them, that's fine too. Well, the thing is, maybe I should look within. Well, I do also myself find the sense of superiority when I feel more intelligent than others. Okay, that's the solution. When I see something that angers me outside of me, it's because that's something that I have myself. Okay, that person now is demonstrating his sense of superiority that he got from perceiving that person to be retarded for whatever the fuck they did. And when I see that happen, that enrages me. Immediately I turn inwards and I see that's exactly something that I do too. And you know, when you turn that around, suddenly you feel we're equals. They're not that angering anymore because I am just the same. We're actually buddies, we're bros, we do this thing we do. And no, don't call us stupid, don't call it arrogant. It's just what we do when we're limited by our own life experiences that only we us have lived. Nobody else has. So there's so much misunderstanding because we don't know where other people come from. We judge them only with our own experience, life experience, because we've not lived theirs. We can't imagine within our life experience, we can't imagine why someone would do something as bad as, for example, murdering. Why would someone do that? That's just outrageously, either you would say it's fucking stupid or they must be evil. Like that's a very common thing. That's where evil comes from, you know, when you don't understand why someone would do such a thing that you, within your life experience, are not able to understand. You can't imagine why would someone, well, I think murder, actually everybody in their lives have wanted to murder someone. Well, maybe theft, you know, stealing, for example. You know, we don't understand why do they have to steal? They must be stupid. They must be retarded. They must be this or that. But that's because you don't understand. Because you've not lived their life. Within your life experience, you can find nothing to explain for stealing. So you give them labels just to you know, calm this dissonance within you when you perceive something as not understandable, incomprehensible. You want to remove that dissonance. You want to be able to find an explanation. So you jump to the conclusion. You simplify the whole thing by labeling a thieves as stupid, as evil, as whatever you want to label them. So you totally push them outside of you, or you're literally projecting what's inside of you, such as evil, what you perceive inside of you, such as evil or stupidity. Because these things are within your life experience that are accessible to you, so you grab them out of convenience and then you label them onto other people that you can't understand. Well, I'm just assuming here, but maybe that's right. You know, when you call someone evil, it's because you perceive evil inside of you, and now you have a chance to project it out there because it's something you've suppressed within you. It's impossible to be able to see the evil within us. So we all suppress it, and whenever we have the chance to project it out onto somebody else, we can't wait to do that. We immediately do it. That politician is fucking evil. This thief is evil. The murderer is evil. And we are not, we are not them. So we kind of like draw the line between ourselves and our evil by projecting it out of us onto somebody else. Now, this way we keep ourselves safe. It's our the defense mechanism. But you have to see is even you, there is no evil in you. Everything you do has a reason. You're doing the best at any moment. All the things you've done, even the things you've done wrong. Let's say, what could you have done wrong? Let's say you have stolen something from someone and you beat yourself up every day for this because today you realize that thing was so important for that person and I just stole it from. I was such an asshole. I must be evil. I am such a piece of shit. And but the thing is, look back at the person that was doing this, the theft, was committing the theft, was stealing that thing right at that moment within that person's mind. Doing that thing was the only way, or was not the only, was the best way somehow. Now you're judging yourself, your old self, in your new perspective, and you are not being compassionate. You're not understanding. You are making life harder for yourself. And that's fine too. That's what we all do, you know. We do this also because, you know, right now you're judging your old self for stealing because you don't know any better ways. You know, the best way for you right now, best way available for you right now is to judge yourself. That's how you can make yourself feel better. So forgive yourself for not being able to be compassionate. Even. And forgive yourself for not being able to forgive yourself. If you can't forgive, you can't force forgiveness, can you? You can't say, you can't forgive someone without really forgiving them. So why would you ever beat yourself up for not being able to forgive? Okay, I think I need to go to sleep now. I'm just been talking for too long. And I have nothing to say. And if you judge me, you're welcome. If you judge me and I hate you, it's because I'm seeing something in you that's in me that I reject to see. So welcome to judge me. Okay, that's a great realization.